A's Cast Live continues from the town. Here's Chris Townsend.
Oh, we love talking to the new A's. Ryan Noda joins us here, taking in the Rule 5 draft. We talked about it, if you remember, when we were doing the show in San Diego, and it was at the very end of the winter meetings, they do the Rule 5 draft. We find out that we get this guy, and we go, wait a minute, big kid, first baseman. Oh, we know why he's available. They just signed Freddie Freeman to a long-term deal. We'll bring him on board. Welcome to the Oakland Athletics.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
I got to think for you, when you got that news that you're going to the A's, big smile on your face. No offense, you probably love playing for the Dodgers, right? But once they take on a Freddie Freeman in a contract like that, he's a great player, obviously. You want a place to play in the big leagues, and you found it here with the Oakland A's.
Yeah, I respect the Dodgers org, great people. They treated me, unbelievable. But that Freddie signing definitely got me stuck. And, fortunately enough, the A's got me in the Rule 5 draft, and now I'm here and excited to get going.
Especially where you are in your career, where you're right there, right? This is, there's times where you've had your minor league seasoning, you've had your at-bats in the minor leagues. It's now time for you to be here. So it's almost, sometimes Rule 5s are too early in players' careers. It just seems like this is like the actual perfect time for you.
Yeah, definitely I've been through every, minor league station, starting at square one in rookie ball all the way through AAA. So I definitely have a lot of at-bats under my belt in professional baseball. And, I'm just excited to, get that chance. And hopefully it's here with the A's and help win some ball games.
Yeah, everything for you is being an everyday guy, because what a lot of people in the scouting report will say, everybody's going to look at you offensively. And it's like, hey, we'll talk about offense, but don't go sleep on the defense.
Yeah, I definitely pride myself in defense. Definitely started in college. Had a great, infield coach in John LeCalf. He worked me hard, and, a lot of extra time and a lot of time over at first, get a little bit of time at short, just get them feet moving. And, it's definitely paid off, and I take pride in it. Good first baseman equals a good infield. So
there's no doubt. We have seen that when you have a guy who can pick it, the amount of errors that you save everybody, the amount of outs that you save, because we all know you give extra outs, that's death at the big league level. It's a death at any level. But first baseman can save so much. That's why it always bothers me when they talk about how, with defensive metrics, we devalue first base defense. It's like, are you insane? I mean, a great first baseman saves you so much, but as you say, you go over to short. I'm not going to say you're a shortstop, but you're a good athlete. You can also play in the outfield. So, I mean, for you, it's about getting your bat in the lineup. So whether you're at first, you can play the corners. We were joking off the air before he showed up. Maybe a little center field the way Mark Canna did.
Yeah, I don't know. We got some pretty good guys out here in center field that can track it down a little bit better than I can. But yeah, anyway, I can get in the lineup and, like I said before, help the team win. And that's all that matters at the end of the day, is just getting a W, no matter where I'm playing and where I'm at in the lineup, as long as I can, produce and, help get the win at the end of the day.
Well, also, too, in the way baseball works with the movement of all the different players, a 26-man roster, how many pitchers. We now take the max amount of pitchers. That means less guys on the bench. So versatility to really be able to say more than just put your bat in the lineup. The fact that you don't have deep benches and that you can play first, you can play left, you can play right. That versatility plays big.
Yeah, this day and age especially, it's been a big part of baseball, I think, in the past at least 5 years, maybe 10 years. Getting a lot of guys that can do both. You get a lot of switches late in games, guys going in the outfield, to track more balls down, getting some better guys in the infield. And, I think we got a good group of guys around here a lot of guys that can do both. And, I'm just trying to find my place, and hopefully it's at first, left, right. Doesn't really matter.
You're one of these young guys who we're going to look back at kind of your generation of minor league players and go, what really happened? I mean, you lost a season with COVID. We have the lockout year. I mean, you had a lot of weird stuff that hopefully, knock on wood, doesn't happen ever again. My God, a
Yeah.
worldwide pandemic, the labor strife. I just talk about what these times have been like, because they haven't been normal to what traditionally players get and their growth growing through the minor leagues.
Yeah, it's definitely been tough. I could say that it was a grind. The start of COVID and going through that even after COVID, the year after COVID season, 21, it was still pretty tough. You had to follow a lot of guidelines. It's I got lucky enough that I played with a lot of good teams, a lot of good people, and we really meshed together, so it really helped, get through those times. But it was definitely a grind. You definitely learned if you really loved baseball or not.
That's fact. Because you know what? Minor league baseball, in a lot of ways, especially if you're not a super high draft pick and got the super big bonus, is a lot of survival anyway. Now you throw all of that on top of it. Man, I see why. And you probably know some guys that went, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go get a job and start my career and do other things. I mean, that was definitely a tough time. I'm sure that was probably some tough conversations you had with some former teammates.
Yeah, definitely some tough conversations with former teammates, and you definitely understand. Everyone comes from different situations, so you just never know what they're going through. And this game's tough. It's tough to play baseball. You fail 7 out of 10 times, that means you're really good. And so, adding in COVID with a lot of the failures that come within baseball, just a lot of pressure for some people. And you know, if they decide to get out of the game, it's probably the best decision for them. And I just tip my cap to them. They grinded just like me, and now they're doing a different grind.
Are you a Cincinnati Bearcat?
Oh yeah,
All right, so quite a few good players have come out of there, and you stayed in Cincinnati. How was Cincinnati? Because I used to work for the Raiders. I've been on the sidelines, Raiders, Bengals, and it's a lot colder than this. How do you do it in the off season, staying in shape, hitting, throwing, and doing all of that in Cincinnati?
yeah. So Coach Guggen's over there at UC. He lets me come in, hang out with the team a little bit. Get to know some of the new guys, because all new faces now for me over there. And so I get to go in there, hang out with them a little bit. I got a couple facilities out there. One of my good friends owns a gym, so I get to work out there. Um, a place called Stiggy's Hitting Factory.
Shout out Stiggies.
Yep. He lets me go in, hit a little bit there. So I got some connections in Cincinnati that keep me there and keep me ready.
Most importantly, though, he's about 50 minutes outside of Chicago. He's from Illinois. That means he is a diehard Chicago Bears, White Sox on the south side, not the north side. It's the south side, not north, not east. We always joke because everybody goes south side. It's like, oh my God, north side, south side. Chicago Bulls,
Yep.
number one pick in the draft.
Bears.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
Bears. Number one pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Definitely don't pick a quarterback. We got our quarterback in
Justin
Fields.
Fields, huh?
Yeah,
You're all in?
I'm all in. I believe in him.
Ohio State Buckeye?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind trading it. Getting a couple picks in the first round. We need some offensive linemen and another wide receiver. I think our defense is young and going to be pretty good. I think Justin Fields, like I said, is going to be a problem in the NFL for a pretty long time. So as long as we can get some pieces, to protect them and get some weapons on the outside, I think we're going to be pretty good over there in the North Conference.
So that's logical. But football fans are not like football fans see number one pick. They see we got to get the guy we get is going to be a pro football Hall of Famer. This is sexy. Everybody, it's the draft. It's all the lead up. When you say trade down and get a left tackle, even though left tackle is like literally the most important position other than quarterback, it's a rush and cover league. So quarterback's number one, and then pass rusher and tackle are 1 and 2, right? Because you got to protect, you got to get the quarterback, you got to protect the quarterback. But it's not sexy. It's not sexy to trade down for linemen. It's not sexy to trade for. I mean, you got the number one pick, but I hear you. That's the smart thing to do. I'm not sure all Bears fans are gonna be like trade the number one, but it really is a smart thing to do.
Yeah, if we don't trade it, I would love an edge rusher.
Get the quarterback.
Yeah, there's I think Will Anderson's going to be pretty good. Or if we can get, an interior guy like Jalen Carter over from Georgia. So We got some options. I hope they choose the right one. I think we got some good guys now in the front office that are going to make some good decisions for the team. So I'm excited.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you come on this show, we'll talk about a lot of different things. And once we get towards college football, we'll talk about your alma mater. We'll talk about the Chicago Bears. We talk about a lot of different things. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. We wanted to let the A's fans get a look at the face. He's a good-looking kid. Could be your first baseman of the future. Thanks for stopping by. We've been excited since you were picked. Rule 5 down at the winter meetings in San Diego. We've been waiting to meet you, and can't wait to see you in Oakland in the green and gold.
Yeah, me either. And yeah, don't sleep on them Bearcats.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
Your future first baseman right here.